The Battle of Alberta is a rivalry that has reignited the old-school hockey spirit, captivating NHL fans with its intensity and fervor. At the heart of this fiery competition are two players, Zack Kassian of the Edmonton Oilers and Mathieu Tkachuk of the Calgary Flames, whose mutual disdain has escalated into a series of memorable clashes on the ice. In this deep dive, we're going to explore every hit, fight, and suspension that has fueled the animosity between these two forwards, tracing the history of their heated exchanges. Right from his very first showdown against the Oilers, Tkachuk didn't just step onto the ice, he stormed it with a mission to ruffle feathers, especially those of Kassian. Picture this: Tkachuk, the rookie with fire in his eyes, decides to introduce himself to Kassian not with a handshake, but with a glove to the face. It was like watching the spark that lit the fuse of what would become one of the NHL's most explosive rivalries. As the calendar flipped to the 2018-19 season, it was clear this was no ordinary feud. It was personal, and it was about to boil over. Tkachuk, ever the master of agitation, had taken to targeting Edmonton's stars, poking the bear until Kassian couldn't stand idly by any longer. Imagine the scene. Kassian, fueled by a mix of protection for his teammates and sheer frustration with Tkachuk's antics, decides it's time to drop the gloves. There's Tkachuk, seemingly caught off guard, not quite ready to dance the way Kassian was. This wasn't just a fight, it was a statement, a moment that underscored the bitterness and intensity of their rivalry. The build-up to this clash wasn't just about two players who happened to cross paths. It was about two warriors, emblematic of their team's disdain for each other, locked in a battle of wills. Every hit, every face wash, and every exchanged word added layers to their story, making each subsequent game not just a match, but a chapter in an ongoing saga. The anticipation for their encounters became a highlight of the NHL calendar, a testament to the raw, unfiltered passion that makes hockey the heart-pounding spectacle it is. Now, diving into the gritty world of hockey where Tkachuk, known for his no-holds-barred approach, really knows how to stir the pot, especially when it comes to Kassian. It's like every game between them is a new episode in their personal drama series, with Tkachuk playing the role of the instigator to perfection. His game plan? Hard hits and pushing the envelope with plays that skate the line between fierce competition and outright provocation. This strategy quickly earned him a prime spot on Kassian's Not My Favorite People list. Then came that game. You know, the one that had fans on the edge of their seats waiting for the spark to ignite. Tkachuk lands a hit on Kassian that's the equivalent of lighting a match in a room full of fireworks. Boom! Kassian goes off. It's like he's been waiting for this moment, and he unleashes everything. A flurry of punches aimed at Tkachuk, who decides this is one battle he's not going to fight, turning into a human turtle instead. The officials? They're diving in, trying to break it up, but it's clear. This isn't just a regular hockey scuffle, it's personal. This moment wasn't just about retaliation, it was a boiling over point for all the tension that had been simmering between them.
In deep, Zack Kassian gets bumped hard by you-know-who, Tkachuk. They've been going at each other on and off all night, and Zack Kassian is incensed.
Kassian, fed up with the antics, decided it was time to send a message. And boy, did he ever. Meanwhile, Tkachuk's choice to not engage showed a different kind of strategy. Maybe thinking about the long game or just deciding this wasn't the time to throw down. Either way, this clash added another intense chapter to their rivalry, proving that in hockey, the drama off the puck can be just as thrilling as the action on it. After the dust settled on the ice, the battle between Tkachuk and Kassian didn't cool down. It just moved to a new arena, the media. It was like watching a tennis match. But instead of balls, they were lobbing verbal grenades at each other. Tkachuk was all, "Hey, it's hockey, not ballet. If you can't handle the heat, maybe find a cooler kitchen." It was his way of saying, "Buddy, those hits come with the territory. Strap on your helmet a bit tighter next time."
I mean, well, if he, doesn't want to get hit, then stay off the tracks. He's caught him 3 times there, so I think he'd learn after the first one, but if he wants to react like that, we'll take the power play, we'll take the game winner, and we'll move on to first place.
But Kassian, he wasn't having any of it. He fired back, basically calling Tkachuk a ghost when it came time to answer the bell. "You want to play tough? Then don't disappear when it's time to back it up," he seemed to say. Kassian threw down the gauntlet, tagging Tkachuk as a punk, really questioning his grit and readiness to dive into the nitty-gritty of hockey battles. This wasn't just trash talk, it was gasoline on the fire, turning their rivalry into a blazing inferno that had fans picking sides and tuning in, not just for the hockey, but for the drama. It was clear these two weren't going to be exchanging holiday cards anytime soon. Their back and forth in the press added a whole new layer to their rivalry, making every game between them a must-watch event. The clash of sticks and pucks was one thing, but this war of words, it was like the cherry on top of a very confrontational sundae, keeping everyone guessing what would happen next time they shared the ice. So, despite the build-up, the beef, and even the bigwigs from the league keeping an eye on things, Tkachuk and Kassian finally decided to settle their score the old-fashioned way, with a good old hockey fight that had fans on the edge of their seats. This wasn't just any scuffle. It was like the season finale of their ongoing drama, the showdown everyone had been waiting for. Picture it, the anticipation in the air, the crowd buzzing, as both players drop the gloves and go toe-to-toe, a moment that felt like it was straight out of a movie. Kassian, known for his toughness, definitely showed his mettle, taking control of the bout. But here's where it gets interesting. Tkachuk, the guy who had been under fire for not wanting to throw down, steps up and accepts the challenge. And just like that, the narrative starts to shift. People are looking at Tkachuk a bit differently now, nodding in respect because, hey, it takes guts to face someone like Kassian head-on.
Neal will step in. Guess who? Kassian and Tkachuk chatting again. They're going to drop. Here we go. Tkachuk, Kassian. An anticipated fight. Kassian ends up with Tkachuk down. Now they're both down.
This clash wasn't just a few punches thrown. It was a turning point. It added a whole new layer to their rivalry, proving that no matter how heated things get, there's a mutual respect that comes from settling things the way hockey players have for generations. And just like that, their saga added yet another epic chapter, keeping fans talking and debating long after the ice had cleared. This fight wasn't just about who won or lost. It was about two fierce competitors finally facing off in a moment that lived up to all the hype. The Battle of Alberta isn't just any rivalry. It's like the main event in the world of hockey, bringing back the raw passion and edge-of-your-seat excitement that's as old as the sport itself. With Kassian and Tkachuk throwing down the gauntlet, they've reignited a fire that's been missing, turning every game into a must-see event. It's more than just the scores or the standings. It's about pride, grit, and the kind of heart-stopping action that leaves fans buzzing long after the final buzzer. This isn't just a story about two guys who decided they don't much like each other. It's a testament to what hockey's all about. The hard hits, the spontaneous brawls, the back-and-forth banter. It's all part of the drama that makes this sport so captivating. Kassian and Tkachuk have become the faces of a rivalry that's bigger than themselves, embodying the spirit of competition that drives players to lace up their skates and battle it out on the ice. And hey, if you're as hooked on this saga as we are, don't just sit there, join the conversation. Whether you're Team Kassian, Team Tkachuk, or just here for the thrill of the game, drop a comment, share your thoughts, and let's keep this hockey fire burning. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all things NHL, because when it comes to the Battle of Alberta, you won't want to miss a single moment of the action.